Alrighty. Everyone in here? Cool. Um, it's been a couple months in the making, but we're all finally here. Um, yeah, I'm happy. Proud of y'all. Y'all managed to get through your session zeros unscathed, and now you're finally here at session one. Cool. We're gonna wait until 7. I know Leifon wants to watch. I know Roshana's streaming it for people to watch. Um, Not sure if anyone else is going to be watching. But yeah. That being said, welcome to the Lost Mines of Phandelver. This should be, I would say, upwards of 10 to 15 sessions to complete. Then we'll get into a bigger campaign, and continue from there. Jeez. I just see Roshana saying penis.
What?
It's because of Velus's character name.
No,
Alice.
that's a mispronunciation.
Alice. All right, so since it's 7, we'll go ahead and get started. There it is. Where are you guys? Y'all should be on the map. Oops. Y'all should have the map. And we're going to go ahead and in the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker has asked all of you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver. A couple of days travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you well for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse a couple days, along with his warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early in order to take care of some business. You spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently have been able to venture left east towards the Tribord Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits, outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. Alright. At this time, you've been traveling for a little bit with each other. Not much has been said. New company can always be intimidating. So let's go ahead and go down the list and see what we can do to introduce our characters to one another. Bodo, why don't you go first? Since you're first on the list. On the first up.
Okay.
Just describe your character, what he looks like, and that's about it.
I'm a halfling, top knot, short little guy. got some scars on my left eye, I think, and some burns on my leg.
Okay. Phallus, you're next.
A rather tall-looking human with slightly pointed ears, blonde hair, no scars, quite dashing.
Ian, you're next.
So Ian's a fairly tall human. He's got bright red hair that's really like unkempt. Looks like he doesn't care about it at all. He's got like bright green eyes that are like really inquisitive looking. He looks like the least intimidating person you've ever seen.
Rangak?
I'm a tall dragonborn with brass-colored scales, red eyes, wearing plain traveling clothes, and have a quarterstaff in one hand and a pack on my back.
Okay. And Selena.
Forgot what I was pressing. I'm sorry. This is starting out wonderfully. Gray eyes, dark hair, like kind of black, kind of dark brown, kind of definitely has a bit of an older, kind of sea-weathered face, human of average height. Kind of shifty looking at everybody.
Okay. At this time, I'm just going to open it up to you all to interact with one another for a little bit, since you all have been traveling down the high road for some time. You all are escorting a wagon. Any volunteers to be driving the wagon at all, or and who would be following along with it in what way? To the left, to the right of the wagon, in front of it? Is this just being drawn by horses? A couple horses. That's about it.
I've worked with animals. I'll drive the wagon.
Okay. All right, then I'm opening it up to you guys.
Ian will follow along on one side of the wagon. In fact, it may look like he's paying more attention to how the wagon's working than anything else.
I'm going to follow along on the other side, kind of wandering my eyes around, looking around to make sure that there's nothing near us.
Okay.
I'm going to be behind the wagon, just kind of keeping my distance a little bit, just kind of watching everybody.
Right.
I've been hanging out on top, kind of keeping a 360 view.
All right. Since your quote unquote marching order has been established, then go ahead and it's free interaction to you guys. Introduce one. You can introduce yourselves. You don't have to, but it's it's open interactions. This is where you all can meet each other. Finally meet each other, really.
So as we're walking along, Ian's just going to suddenly just sort of look up and look around at you guys and say, "So, what kind of armor do you guys like?"
Something that's light and can deflect the, I don't know, leather. She kind of picks it, kind of stares down at the ground again.
That's
For a
an
second.
interesting choice. I prefer heavy armor. The kind that deflects blades and arrows alike.
Ian nods. He's like, "Yeah, those are good choices. I mean, leather's really good, nice and supple. It's good for freedom of movement. Heavy armor is really good for, protection. So I like to work with anything that has metal bits in it, because I like to work with metal."
You got some kind of tanker or something?
Ian gestures at his belt. You can see like some like various tools. He's like, "Maybe a little."
I see.
How long have you all been on the Sword Coast?
What year is it?
This is the year. Ooh.
No. Ian's actually like asking the group that.
Okay, never mind.
He's like asking. He's like, "What year is it?"
I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, would anybody know the answer to that?
I have no idea.
I'd have to actually double check on that, but it's basically the present year of the 5th edition. So let me go ahead and double check on it, but this should be common knowledge, really. So
Oh.
you all would, everyone would know this.
I just roll my eyes at that answer.
Except somebody like lost in themselves.
Well, someone.
I think he's getting at.
Well, whenever someone answers him, whatever the year is, he just kind of like Ian like kind of thinks for a second. He's like, about a couple of weeks.
Hey, Halfling, you're awful quiet up there.
Oh, sorry, I fell asleep up here.
I thought you were supposed to be watching all around us.
That's what I said.
Perhaps he is.
Through his eyelids.
Maybe he sees better with his ears.
Are we on the right trail?
I think the main road goes down.
You all have only
Opened a
just
little book.
you all have only just started going on the Tribord Trail, which is the first major pathway that goes east. So yeah, you all it is pretty obvious that you're still on like the right trail, although it's taking you a couple days.
So the terrain around here is pretty much like open flatland, grasslands for the most part.
Plainlands, yeah, flatlands and plainlands, grasslands, very, and then a couple of sparse woods kind of deal, but that's about it. It's not like a densely populated forest. You know what I'm saying?
So there'd be like isolated stands of trees, but nothing like dense
Yeah.
or like an entire army of orcs would be hiding.
Yeah, no. Nothing like that. At least not on the trail that you've been. Is any other interactions that you all want to create, or no?
I can't think of anything.
I understand that. Don't worry. The first session usually is kind of awkward because people don't know each other characters very well, even though you all know each other
Yeah.
personally. So, all right. So, you've been on the Tribord Trail for about a half a day now, and as you come around a bend, you end up seeing 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here on both sides, with a steep embankment and fairly thick and dense thickets on either side. And
I'm going to put a hand on one of my daggers. I'm a little nervous and also starting to look around.
I'm gonna look around. Can we tell what side the arrows are sticking out of the horses?
I would say make a survival check on that one.
Everybody, or
Just him. If it's a specific inquiry, then it's the person who inquired.
okay.
Rangak, from your estimations, you kind of get the idea that the arrows have come in from both sides, both from the upper portion and the lower portion of the path. So if you guys are able to see what Roshana can see in the stream, it's basically from the top and from the bottom.
Just gonna call out like, guys, this may look like a trap.
Can we see any? Let me ask you about the terrain here, because is it like the picture where there's grass and like some like cliff-looking things, hills?
Yeah, there's a couple embankments and there's thickets. The darker area are trees essentially. But yeah, this is the path. This looks exactly how it does.
Okay.
I'm going to actually grab.
Are we coming from the top left side or the bottom right side from right now? I'm guessing the top left.
Yeah, the top left, where your character tokens are.
Oh, I'm not zoomed in enough. Okay, there we go. All
Wait.
right.
Can we tell how long they've been dead for?
Not from this distance, no. You'd have to go and investigate them in order to tell, in order to kind of survey, in order to investigate or do like a medicine check to kind of see the decomposition of the body of the horses.
Can we see any other arrows around in the area where any archers might have missed?
Make it, since you're not close enough to do investigation, do a perception check.
Remind me how to do that, because I don't
You
remember.
just go in your character sheet and then hit perception on your in your skills. That's all you have to do.
Okay, hang on. Let me find it.
And just click on the word.
Yeah, just click on the word perception.
I found
you
it.
go.
I just needed to find it in the list.
In the haze of kind of panicking, seeing two dead horses riddled with arrows, you try to look, but thinking it's like the sensible thing to do, but that adrenaline is keeping you from actually noticing anything.
Okay.
You're not actually panicked; it's just like adrenaline that's starting to surge through you.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to a fight here.
How are our
those
horses
like
reacting?
ledges above the road, like
That-
here? Are these cliff ledges above, or are they like small canyons going down to these trees?
They're embankments that are
Okay,
above
embankments.
the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
they're
seems like an ambush to me, guys.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if we want to ride these horses into there. We could get out and investigate, but if we ride these horses in there, they're probably going to shoot them.
I agree.
Are we on all horses, or are we walking with the
no.
wagon?
You've been walking with the wagon. There's only two horses that have been basically carting the wagon itself. You have no one's been riding anything else.
I mean, that's what I mean. We won't be able to get the wagon.
How hard is it to try to go up ahead a little bit and scout off of the road to one of the embankments or whatever?
Depends on how you roll, really. And especially if you want to try to do it sneakily, or if you're just trying to track something. It's up to you. I have to know what kind of parameters you want.
Quick question.
Okay.
How are you guys pinging the map?
You just click and hold.
Click.
Yeah,
just
click
click
and
and
hold.
hold.
It'll do like a ping, and you can change the
Okay.
color of your
Okay.
character. If you click on the
Cool.
character box next to your character's name, you can choose a different color if you don't like it.
Oh, that's fine.
See, now I'm fabulous.
Always.
How are our
Goodness.
horses reacting to all this?
They have not yet. They haven't. They have blinders on and they haven't really seen.
Ian's gonna kind of take a look down there. He's like, "You think we should leave the wagon here and go ahead on foot and check things out?"
I would second that.
That's some of us, but not all of us.
Someone has to stay here with the wagon,
Yeah.
I agree.
so something doesn't jump on it and either ride it up or do something.
I'm already all the way up here. I can stick around.
I take the north side. Somebody takes the south side. Because that looks like it's from both sides, right?
Well, I'm sure they know we're here. This wagon's not quiet.
Does
Right. Neither are we.
We are
Perf,
talking
does the
about
wagon
it.
have a braking mechanism, or is it just a simple wagon?
It's just a simple wagon.
Okay.
It's nothing too fancy.
So was it Bo that was saying he was going to stay with the wagon?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable handling them if they get spooked and start running?
Should be all right.
I hand them the reins.
I'm not proficient, but I have a 3 in animal handling.
You don't need anything to really handle this vehicle. Don't worry.
Okay.
No, you just need to pull on the reins.
All right. So,
How far is it from our location to the horses?
well, from you. Hold on.
I mean, do I do that myself, or you do that?
You can do that yourself. Yeah, you just
Okay.
you do shift click, and then you can do essentially a measuring tool.
Or if you
believe-
want to do it the old school way, on the toolbar in the upper left-hand corner,
Yeah,
there's like a circle
yeah.
with a line on it. That one can do the measuring tool
Yeah.
tip.
Where?
So there's a
I
tooltip.
didn't do it.
Oh, I
There's
gotcha. Okay, I
There's
got
a
it.
menu. Yeah, there's a menu to the left, and there's like a circle with a ruler in it. That's the measuring tool.
Okay.
And
I can follow you guys just a little bit down the way. I mean, kind of just stand between you and the wagon. That way, I'm not too far away from Bo if you need something.
remember, you guys have autonomy with your character tokens, so you guys can move yourselves.
Okay.
We're just free moving right now.
Yeah.
Ian's gonna slowly work his way down the road a little bit.
Initiative is when movement is restricted because you can only move a certain amount during the 6 seconds for each round. So that's why That's why if you're not in initiative, then you're basically in free movement.
So I'm going to try to creep along this direction.
Hey, Bo, should we pull the wagon off the road a little bit?
Give me a.
Can we do that? Is that allowed? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe up behind that tree where you're at.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just kind of get out of the path of
There's no wagon token because I couldn't find one essentially. So, but yeah, you can easily do that. Just because there's no tokens for it doesn't mean it can't happen. It's very much
Give
still.
Roshana a token and we can use that.
Congrats, you get to be a wagon.
Shauna's not actually in. He's with friends. He's just recording and streaming it for our convenience because he's such a nice guy.
You just draw a square or rectangle yourself.
Yeah. I'm good at drawing squares.
I don't think you can control my square, so.
That's
Hold
the
on.
wagon.
Here, I'll do it.
Beautiful.
It looks just like it. I love
If you just do draw a shape, you can left click is a rectangle, square.
There you go. All right. So as you guys start creeping up, go.
Are you guys going to the left and right of everything? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't know. Should we really split up that much? I'm just trying not to stay too close to Saline because I am walking in chainmail with a shield, and basically I'd be effectively stomping. Basically going to these little bushes and like looking into the woods.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to creep along the top edge here, like this kind of like up here, so I can try to get a vantage point from, to see up the embankment a little bit.
So are you trying to do it sneakily,
Sneakily, yes.
then do a
Using
stealth check?
Stealth check.
What,
Got it.
what time of day is this? Right now?
This is this is I'd say midday, late midday, kind of like 12 o'clock, like maybe 2 o'clock.
Okay, afternoon. Okay.
Conventionally, it's about 2 o'clock. Yeah, you think you're doing pretty well, Selena.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, I mean, there's no, you can't. I'd say make another perception check real quick, or investigation since you got in closer.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you can't really see anything through a lot of the brush and all that kind of stuff. You think you're doing pretty well stealthily. But you haven't seen anything too suspicious. It's all just brush and leaves.
Okay.
Phallus, make either perception or investigation check since you've started to get up.
I will do perception.
Yeah, you haven't found anything either.
Can I make a perception yet, or do I need to move up more?
If you want, yeah. You haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary other than the horses that are dead.
Are there any tracks on the road or wagon ruts or anything like that?
Make a survival check. The obvious is that there are horse tracks, but that's about it. It's just mud. It's just basically a cleared path. You do see like really really old wagon tracks, but you don't see anything that would particularly indicate any sort of attackers or creatures that would have done an ambush.
I'm gonna get up a little bit closer to the horses.
Okay.
Can I investigate the horses from here?
You can investigate their condition, but you can't really, until you get closer. You can't actually like go through all the stuff that might be on the saddlebags and all that.
Then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm getting closer to them.
All right. All right. Make an investigation check, or medicine, whatever one you want to do. Medicine to assail the condition of the horses, or investigation to look through all the stuff.
Oh, I don't care about the condition of the horses. They're dead.
Investigation. All right.
Ooh.
You go through the saddlebags and notice that they're all empty. They have been looted, essentially. But you do see something on the ground between the two horses. There is what looks to be a cylindrical case that has been that's lid has been open. That the lid has been opened. It's like a twist top lid.
And it's empty?
You haven't checked yet.
Okay, can I check it?
Yeah, it's empty.
It's empty. Okay. Does it look like something that would be familiar?
It's something that would hold some kind of like parchment maps,
Like a scroll?
important documents. Yeah, scrolls. The one of this size, you could probably tell that it's maybe either a map or a scroll.
Is there anything inscribed on it or anything like that?
No, it's just a generic leather.
Okay.
Not even leather. It is. I guess it's like pseudo leather kind of stuff. That's about it.
Ian's gonna investigate the arrows.
What you know of these arrows is that they're crude make, and that's about it. They're black feathered, almost like disgustingly tarred feathers. But you don't. You kind of think you might know it, but the originators don't come to mind as clearly as you would like.
Is there any, since I'm kind of going still off of mine, I think, is there any insignia on the horses or the saddles or anything like that?
Unfortunately, no,
Okay.
there's not.
Ian's gonna move back up the road a little ways.
All right. As you start moving back up the road, I would like everyone to roll for initiative.
Initiative.
Dun dun dun!
Oh dang it! You have to.
All right. In order to roll initiative, sorry, you have to select your character token and then roll your initiative. That way, the turn order will automatically pick it up.
Which button is that?
It's
It's
you just
right
select
next
your
to your
token.
armor class and speed.
Yep.
Oh man, I didn't see the one right that I walked right past.
Hang on one second, guys. I gotta go tell my son good night.
All right, so we have Nia, Rangak. Why your character name is that? Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that for you. Oh.
Sorry.
Of course. Alrighty, descending. Oh my god, I used to have a whole bunch of combat music, but now it's all gone. Oh no,
Yeah.
here it is. It's in battle themes. God damn it, I had a whole other subfolder for it.
Yeah, they did something with music and on Roll20 a while back. It was a weird thing.
Yeah, I got it. Alrighty. Alright. As Ian starts making his way back, or the gentleman that you've started to come to know as Ian starts making his way back, you start hearing snickers in the thickets, and this is when the supposed assailants reveal themselves and start making their way towards the group near the horses.
So ignore that. Sorry.
However, Bodo, since you're first up, you notice you almost spring to life as soon as anything that happens outside of the three in the middle move around. You're able to spring straight to action. You are up first. What do you want to do? You essentially have a few things available to you. You have movement, you have the action, you have your bonus action, and you have reactions. Reactions cannot be taken on your turn. Bonus actions are essentially bonus actions that are available. Things will features and abilities and spells will specifically say bonus action. You have your action, which is usually just like attack, cast spells, doing whatever. And you have your movement, which is however fast you are. What do you want to do? You are up, with Ian Whitesmoke on deck.
Let's see. I'm gonna move up a little bit.
Okay.
I think to here.
Okay.
Is there a way to hold that on the screen so I can see where it's at? Because it goes away when I let go.
You just have to move your token.
Okay.
Each
Oh, no.
block is 5 feet.
Oh, yeah, each block is 5 feet, and there's a
Oh,
way
okay.
to hold on. There's a way to move your character with the measure tape. I forget how it is, but there is a way to do that. I forget what it is. There's a way to measure how far your character can go. Oh, and you can use your
I
action
had
to
25.
dash as well, which is basically moving again. But that's up to you. However you want to do things.
I think I'll stay there. I want to keep the cart in view.
Okay.
But be close enough to maybe react if I need to.
You have only perceived the goblins that have come out so far, so you haven't seen anything else, essentially. Whether that into your decisions, that's up to you. Yeah, I forgot how to do the whole measure with your move.
I'm having trouble finding it myself.
Yeah, hold on.
What can Rangak see?
He can see everything that's happening right now.
Okay.
Like 6 goblins have poked their heads out finally, and that they're encircling the other 3. And there's nothing really hidden on the map right now, guys. So
And how many of them can I see, or do I see any of them at all?
you see them all.
Okay, I see them all. Okay.
Everything that's on the map is what you see. You should be able to see everything.
Okay.
I don't know what you actually see, but you should be able to see everything.
Right. Yeah, I'll say where I'm at for the time being.
All right, you'll stay there for the time being. All right, so you're holding your action. All right, Ian, you're up.
Oh, I think you know what I'm gonna do.
I don't. Go ahead though.
First of all, I'll be like, yeah, this is definitely a goblin. And then I'm gonna hit him with a firebolt.
Throw your firebolt. All right. To the 16. So essentially, he's right. Which goblin are you doing?
The one right in front of me.
The one right in front of you. So as he heads out, as he pushes out of the thicket and like thinks he has to jump on you, you're like, oh snap! And then throw down your firebolt, and there's no spell save. You just have to throw. Do me here. Hold on. I'm going to do this for you.
I thought it had the damage calculation was built in there, but
Yep. You have to toggle it. Hold on. Auto roll damage.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's in the damn.
All right, go ahead
settings of the
and
sheet.
go and throw your firebolt again, but you've hit with the first dice that you got. You already hit with the first dice, but I'm not going to give you that extra 3.
Yeah.
You're like, oh snap, and then you throw your fireball right into the goblin's face, and you see him as fire burns, essentially burns up his eyebrows, and he takes 5 damage. Oops. Alrighty. It is. Unfortunately, it is now that goblin's turn as he like wipes off the soot of your fire. He lashes out with his scimitar. Your AC is 14. He lashes out and cuts into your belly, dealing 6 damage to you. So you feel this blade just like go into you. All right. Be sure to annotate that on your tokens. The damage. And then what's your health? Should be 4.
Yeah, I didn't have numb luck on, so it wasn't taking the minus action.
Okay, all right. And at that point, the goblin itself makes his does a bonus action in order to disengage and starts fleeing because he basically almost killed him. And that is 30 feet. Let me go ahead and do this. 30 feet into the thicket. Alright. It is now this goblin's turn. This one. And he knocks up an arrow onto his bow and starts to fire upon Phallus. As he knocks up the bow in order to hit Phallus, it strikes you into the leg, and he does like a small cheer, yeah, and you take 6 piercing damage. All right, Rangak, you're up.
Am I supposed to be able to see other people's health? Is that a thing or no?
No, you're not supposed to see other people
Okay,
other
that's
than your health. You're not in control of anyone else's tokens. That's why.
That's fine.
But you do see what has happened to Ian and Phallus, though. It's not like you see them both get injured. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna. I gotta read the. I don't know how my range on anything.
Yep. What would you like to do with your stuff? I mean, I just want to, so that way I can help you out. Because this is your first combat, so.
So the one down here.
Press and hold on it.
I can't do anything.
You just have to click and hold on it. You should.
There it goes. Okay. That one.
This one?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one? All right. So what do you want to do?
Well, that one's running away, right? So.
Yep.
Can I see that one now, or is it too far?
It is being fairly obscured. I'd say it has 3/4 cover of all the woods that are in between you and it. Based on like the tree line right here.
All right, I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds on.
You have to be touching, so you have to be on. You have to actually touch them. So you have to actually be like right next to the goblin in order to cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh, hold on, let me just read my spells because I don't know what is touch and what isn't.
Chill Touch has a range of 120 feet. Shocking Grasp is a touch spell. Mage Hand is that. Spare the Dying is that. You don't actually have Inflict Wounds. Oh, you do have Inflict Wounds. It's right there. It's basically you have to. It's a touch spell. Your range is touch on it.
All right, I'm gonna do a chill touch.
All right. So all you have to do is close it like that and close out the information. You don't need the gear on it. So, go back to spells, or you could do this right here, and then in your attacks and spellcasting, just click Chill Touch. But hold on real quick. I want to make sure auto roll damage and crit. Yep, there you go. All right, go ahead and click on Chill Touch in your attacks and spells. All right, Rangak. As Which one are you trying to attack? Hit with chill touch?
Yeah, the one up top here.
That one?
Yeah.
All right. So you reach out your hand, and as you do, this icy-looking spectral hand kind of emanates out of your own, and it makes its way towards the goblin and essentially just grasps at its throat. And you see the goblin go, "Ah!" and like kind of grasp at it, even though the spectral hand, he literally cannot touch this spectral hand, and you do 5 damage to it. Alrighty. It is now that goblin's turn, and freaked out by. Oh, good.
As a bonus action, can I do bonus action if I have one?
If you have one, yeah.
Okay, I like to cast. Healing Word.
Okay.
On,
That I
on
believe is.
Ian.
I believe that is a bonus action. Oops. Yeah, that's a bonus action. So go ahead and throw it out. Just click on the spell, or click on if it's in your attacks and spells.
This is the first level, right?
Oh, yep. First level, so you're losing 1 first level spell slot. Ian.
Yeah, I'm back,
You,
baby.
As you hear a bark from the brass scaled dragonborn behind you, and you feel this kind of invigoration as it closes up your wounds, and you gain 7 hit points back. Alrighty, it is now that goblin's turn that you basically are choking out with the chill touch, and it's going to go ahead and run away itself. And gonna start making its way out. Alright. Selena, it is your turn.
I apologize. I have a movement of 30, and I don't know what that means.
You
Like,
can
how
move up
many?
to 30 feet per round,
30
or
feet.
60 feet if you're taking the dash action.
Okay, that's fine. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you. This dude here. Hang on.
Which dude where?
Can I
Alright.
see him?
Yeah.
Because
They've
I
all
see
made themselves
bushes
known.
around him. That's fine. I see bushes around him. I just wanted to make sure.
He's like
Alright.
a whack-a-mole sticking his head up from top of the bushes.
He is a whack-a-mole. Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna try to move towards him because, as I believe here, this was only 15 feet. So I'm gonna go, since all my things are close. I'm gonna go and come up on him. And this is where I'm confused. What do I do as far as attack with daggers?
All you have to do is just hit dagger.
Yeah, on your
And-
character sheet, there should be like a section in the very middle that says attacks and spellcasting. It'll say it at the bottom of the box.
Oh, yeah, it's not filled out, so hold on. Give me one
I
second.
apologize. I don't know if
No,
I
no.
did anything.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Once Perv gets it added in there, there'll be like a dagger button.
There you
that
go.
can use
Yep.
to click.
And now it's all populated, so go ahead and just hit dagger.
Either one.
Either one, or you can use your rapier. Doesn't matter.
I
It's
have-
all the attacks and spellcastings are the things that are available to you, for you to use as a weapon.
I don't remember if I have dual wield or not.
Probably not, since that's a fighting style you have to pick up later.
Okay, that's fine then. All right, I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go with my rapier actually.
Just hit it once and you're good. All right. You unholster, you unsheath your rapier, and you draw back and attempt to skewer the goblin's body where you believe it is, since his head has basically just popped out of the thicket. But you basically completely miss, and all you just hit is thicket, and it looks at you and grins.
Oh, goody. Okay.
This is where you click the Zapata macro.
Fuck!
Yep, pretty much.
Phallus, it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go after the one that shot me up the embankment here.
Alright. Make
Yeah.
are you going to run up the embankment, or are you going to go all the way around?
Let me see if I can make it.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check. Oh, get it. Yep.
Alright. Then I'm gonna use my longsword and attack him.
You raise your longsword, and as you come down on it, you slice deep into his shoulder, and you almost feel like you can go further, but the goblin is kind of like just trying to hold the blade against, against going that much further. It looks like it's not doing well at all. It looks genuinely scared too. All right.
Some Olympic gymnast moves up that side embankment.
Is there anything you want to do, Phallus? Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna stand here and menace at it. How dare you shoot me!
All right. All right. It is now the goblin that Selena has tried to skewer, and it just grins and comes down, and you don't actually see anything until a scimitar makes its way outside of the thicket, and unfortunately, it hits you. Like, it stabs you kind of in the side of your kind of into your side. It kind of comes out of nowhere since you can't actually see the rest of his body, and then it comes back out of your side and just withdraws slowly within the thicket. And you see the goblin just grinning and giggling. You take 3 slashing damage, and we'll do that for you. It is now this goblin's turn, and it is going to go ahead and it is going to make half that movement and fire off his short bow. So Ian, behind you, you don't really see it, but you hear the rustling through the thicket, and a head popping out of the thicket, and that's really the only thing you see. And then eventually, a arrow flies out, and also kind of hits your side, only barely, dealing 5 damage to you.
Is it that one to the due east of me?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
Alrighty. It is now this goblin's turn, and it is going to make its way towards Rangak. And right there. And it's going to also fire off his short bow. But in his rush, he also sees Bodo and kind of panics as he knocks his short bow and fires kind of in the middle between Rangak and Bodo, unable to discern a target, which target should take priority. It is now Bodo's turn.
Okay, so if I dash, what else can I do?
If you dash, you can't do anything else. It is your action
Okay.
other than bonus actions. But you move. Your actions are essentially move, action, move, action, bonus action, and reaction.
Okay.
So do you get movement every turn?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just move into here for now.
Okay.
Can't get close enough to actually attack anything yet.
Okay.
I don't think any of my stuff has. The quarterstaffs don't have any extra range, do they? Because
They have a reach range, I believe. Let me check that. Quarter.
it would have to reach 10 feet.
Yeah, I think it only gives you an extra 5 feet.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's just versatile. Never mind, it doesn't have reach.
Okay. So I'll just go there because I can't get in range to attack anybody. So.
Ian, White Smoke, your turn.
The one that I first hit that is running away, I'm gonna scream, "Get back here, you piglet son bitch!"
Alright.
And then firebolting. Damn it, 6.
Yeah, your firebolt kind of goes way off. With the new wound of an arrow in your side, it goes way off.
Threw off my mojo.
Exactly. All right, it's
I'm going to. Sorry, I'm gonna also move.
Okay.
Chase that motherfucker down.
Alrighty.
I'm not gonna do my full move. I'm just gonna move closer, like this.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
Alrighty, it is now that goblin's turn, and he kind of like sees you, and makes a dart. Continues off the map, or barely off the map. Sorry, let's just do that for right now. It is now the goblin by Phallus, and he's and he is going to go ahead and like kind of move the blade out of his shoulder, and he's going to go ahead and disengage and run for his life. Disengage is his bonus action, running for his life. And he's going to go ahead and make the dash action to get off the screen. Rangak.
Alright, I'm gonna move to this goblin.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds. I am within reach, right? I can do that. Right?
Oh yeah, as long as you're next to him, you can do that. Also, did you remember to take off one spell slot for your? You should be at 1. There you go. And all right, go ahead, inflict wounds. You have to make sure you hit him. But yeah.
So what was that? What'd you do?
All I did was essentially look at your spell slots, and this tells you how many you have left, essentially.
How many spells I can cast?
So yeah, your first level spells, you have only an infinite amount, a finite amount of them, and the number right here on next to that first level, right here.
Yeah.
Disengage is a bonus action for these for goblins.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I know what you're trying to say, but for goblins it's a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you look here next on your first level spell slots, you see that 2,
Yeah.
and then slots remaining, it should be 1 because you already cast Healing Word.
Okay, so I can only cast the first level spells once per.
No, you can cast them as many times as you want, as long as you don't have any, as long as you have spell slots remaining. So you have 2 at the beginning.
So out of those 3 spells, I can cast 2.
No, you can cast any which one of them. But you only say that you want to cast Healing Word twice. But you can only cast 2 first level spells.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I can cast like Healing Word and then Inflict Wounds, and that's all I can cast from level 1.
Yep.
Then the rest I have to do cantrips, right?
But yeah, then all you have to do right now is just click on Inflict Wounds in your attack and spell casting.
Okay.
Yeah, as the goblin is kind of like somewhat skewering Selena, you basically like tap his head, and is there anything you want to say to him?
I'm just gonna put my hand on his head and be like, "Bye."
You see him burst into blackened blood.
I am both impressed and terrified by this, even though I believe that.
Both of you like get splats of blackened blood, like blood all over you two. But there's still a body there. He didn't like explode, but there's just so many like wounds on him that he's just out for it. You have murdered the hell out of this goblin.
Skewered from the inside out.
Yes. Hold on. Cancel. And we're gonna do this. Alrighty, it is now. Which goblin is this? Oh, it's this one. He is going to, as he sees Ian Whitesmoke chasing the other one, who has Ian's full attention. He's going to knock his short bow. It's this goblin, by the way. He's going to knock his short bow and fire one off before running away. And he hit. Ian, you feel as you're chasing the goblin that's trying to get away from you that you firebolted. You feel another arrow. You feel another arrow come into your side, and you are down.
Okie doke.
You are unconscious, and he runs off, and he is now off the map. Selena, your turn.
Well, I'm still blinking and wondering what the hell just happened with the other one that just dropped dead in front of me.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm gonna try to, let's see how close I am to this guy. I'm not gonna move very close to him because I'm wounded, and my thought is I'm probably moving a little bit slower than usual, and I'm also cautious.
Okay.
So let me get to the right thing here. I'm gonna move about there, and just kind of end my turn for right now.
Okay. Nothing else. Alrighty.
I don't think I have anything else like first aid or anything crazy like that.
Alrighty. Phallus, it is now your turn.
I'm going to drop my longsword, pull out a javelin as a move action, and throw it at the goblin down here.
Okay. Go for it. As you throw your javelin, you finally feel the effects of the arrow in your thigh, and it kind of lands fairly short, almost hitting the horses again. You do miss pretty badly.
Ah, my leg!
All right. It is now this goblin's turn, and this one. And as you guys, as Selena starts walking towards it, he essentially just like, and starts walking towards you over the corpse of the horse, and brings out his scimitar. And you see him brandishing a fairly decent-sized scimitar, and he brings it up to strike, and kind of goes downward. But it actually gets caught in the horse's corpse, and he like and looks at you and like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Yes!
It is now the goblin right here, and he is going to go ahead and charge at Bodo actually no, he's not going to do that. He's going to go and knock up his short bow and fire at Bodo. Finally having a clear target, he launches the arrow, and Bodo, you feel this arrow just go straight into the middle of your gut, and you are. It hurts a lot.
Feels great.
Yeah, you take 8 damage.
Okay.
You're looking pretty rough, dude. And the goblin's just going to stay there and snicker and kind of move back a little bit. But it is now your turn, Bodo.
Alrighty. Okay. One after this guy. I think that's right, yeah. So I'm going to attack him. I just click on this.
Let me make sure that you have. Yep, unarmed strike. You hit him. But let me do it. Just do it one more. But after I do this for you, so that way you auto roll damage as well.
Oh, okay.
Just hit it again. You already hit. I'm not going to count if you miss with the next roll. Just hit it again. Monk unarmed strike. Alright. Yeah, you do 4 damage to the goblin. So you you line up a strike with one hand, and you come around and you basically line up the strike with your left hand, and you come around and the strike hits with your right, kind of hitting the goblin right in his chest. Although it might not have seemed like it did a lot of impact, you see that the goblin is like visibly winded and is in quite a bit of pain. Ian, your turn. I need you to make a.
Wait.
Yep.
As a bonus action, I can attack again, correct?
I believe so. Hold
With
on.
martial arts.
Let me make sure of this real quick. I don't want to. I'm not trying to. Yeah. You can make an additional unarmed strike as a bonus action. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Same goblin.
And yeah, so as you hit with your first, and you then strike out with your left hand to essentially just crack his jaw into, and it looks like the jawbone went into his brain as he falls limp and dead.
I like to hear.
And the goblin is dead. Ian, I need you to make. I need you to make a death saving throw, and you have failed 1. So
Mark.
fantastic.
Don't worry, I'm a professional at dying at D&D.
The goblin that you were hunting has now made it off the screen. It is now Rangak, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna move toward Ian.
Okay.
Is that right about
Save
there?
me, Tom Cruise.
It's about 30 feet.
Yep, that's 30 feet. Alright.
Am I within like touching range of him?
Yeah. As long as you're next to him, you're considered in touching range. He's gonna touch you, Ian.
And prepare yourself.
Be still my beating heart.
And I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. You no longer have to make saving throws, Ian.
Yay! I'm unconscious but stable.
Selena, you are. Is there anything else you want to do, Rangak? You made your move. You cast a spell. Do you have any bonus actions?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Selena, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna do another go around with the rapier again.
Okay.
At the guy in front of me because he's the last one.
Okay.
So, all right. Oh,
Ugh. Unfortunate.
She stabs herself in the big toe.
God
No.
damn it.
As you swing, unfortunately, watching the goblin strike the horse, you get the inspiration to also strike the horse almost subconsciously.
Take that, you goddamn horse.
I just keep
Beat that dead horse.
horse. That's it. I
What is-
quit. I'm
as
really going to practice as a pirate.
As you like,
You're a
as
pirate. You just have this innate hatred of horses. Any
As you-
land animal.
as you thrust, you just feel the weight of that blow to your side kind of hit you, and you stab the horse that's dead already.
Fantastic.
You're beating the dead horse.
Just making sure it is dead.
I mean, you never know. 'Cause this goblin could be a necro. Who knows?
Is there anything else you want to do? Move?
No.
Bonus actions, anything?
Actually, can I move now, or am I not allowed to move after I do that?
You can move. You can move whenever you want.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, Velas called it.
Do you want to tell her why?
No. She's
Alright.
she's a veteran. She should know what's about to happen.
I only played it like once. No, I'm just gonna stay.
Okay. Smart move. Phallus, it is your turn.
I'm gonna take my action to pick up my sword off the ground, and I'm gonna try and go back down, move down this embankment again.
All right, make a athletics check.
See if I can be so nimble again.
Oh yeah, it's super easy to get down. You're easily able to get down the embankment.
I think I can move there. I'm next to the goblin.
Okay.
That's my action.
Alrighty. It is now. What's this goblin doing? Oh, the goblin sees now two people like next to it, and is going to take its chances with a scimitar against Selena again. Oh dear. It comes.
Bye, guys.
So as it picks as the blade is being brought up from the horse, Selena, you feel a large slash come across your chest, and you feel consciousness drain from your body as you start bleeding out. You've taken 8 slashing damage. You are
Yeah.
8.
-1.
Yep. Oh, nope, you're not dead. Not yet.
You're just bleeding out
Yeah, you're bleeding out.
profusely.
Alright,
Yeah, everywhere.
Maybe don't worry.
alright.
Just nick your femoral artery is all.
That
You're good.
goblin is dead thanks to Bodo. And Bodo, it is now your turn.
Let's see. It's just the one goblin left over there.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Just gonna move back over here for now.
Alrighty. Ian, you're stable.
Just chilling, sitting here. You know, not bleeding on the ground.
Rangak, it is now your turn.
Alright, go try to help Selena, I guess.
You have to start making your way towards her.
Avenge me.
Is that 30 feet, right?
Yeah, it should be. Hold on. Yeah, you're within 30 feet. Yeah. All right, what are you gonna do?
Let's see.
Oh god, she's bleeding. You must have struck an artery.
Who made all these?
I don't know.
So much blood.
No comment.
So can I cast Spare the Dying again?
Yeah, it's a cantrip. You can
Okay,
cast it
yeah.
how many ever times you want.
Yeah, I'll cast it on.
That's the best
Okay.
part about cantrips.
Selena, you are no longer dying. Well, you are now stable unconsciously.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, I mean, do people have first aid? Is that a thing?
Yep, medicine.
Yes.
It's called medicine.
But it doesn't take an action.
But that's an action, and you have to actually do a medicine check.
Okay. So I can't do
So Spare the Dying essentially is a workaround towards that. So,
that. Alright, I'm done, I guess.
okay. Selena, you are unconscious and no longer dying, but it is now Phallus's turn.
I'm gonna try and take out this goblin before
Okay.
he hits Rangak with my longsword.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
How do I do that? Decapitation.
All right. So as you take your longsword. Finally, fairly upset that a group of 6 goblins did this to what seems to be fairly formidable people for an escort. You draw your longsword and do a clean long sweep, and it almost feels like butter. The neck being chopped in twain by your longsword, and the head rolls off gently, and blood starts, I wouldn't say erupting, but starts flowing just off the goblin, and it is now dead.
Amazing.
Alright, stop drawing bloody squares. You fucking morons.
It wasn't me. I'm too busy talking about what my character would be saying if she was conscious.
Oh, I actually drew a circle. I'm not trying to draw.
Alrighty, you are all now out of combat.
But still unconscious. Well, some of us.
Yes.
Yeah, some of you are still unconscious.
Ian might be snoring.
Rangek, how is Ian?
He's fine for now, but he's gonna need some help healing or something. Can you cast spells freely now or no?
Yes,
Yeah.
as long as they're cantrips.
Because of the cantrips, okay.
Yeah. If you want to cast first or second, or if you want to cast spell slot spells, they still count against your spell slot spells. Essentially. So.
Which I don't have any now.
Yeah, you don't have any more anymore. But yeah, out of combat, they still count as your spell slot spells. They regenerate over a long rest. So.
Can we turn on the music just a little bit? Because I'm having a hard time hearing you guys.
I can do that, but you can do it on your end as well.
Yeah, if you go to you can go to the audio settings so click on the gear icon on the far right, and then go down to audio and video, and there's a master music volume level you can adjust on your own.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna reach over and
Oh, that's so much better.
kind of. Okay, so how does first aid work exactly? Do I have to cast it or?
You have to use a medicine check.
Medicine check. So I'm gonna try to administer first aid to. What was your name again? Salis? I don't know.
Sale.
Sale.
Selena. Sale.
Conscious,
Selena.
Selena. You can't speak.
I'm not.
I believe her name was Selena or Sale.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna do first aid.
Does she look Latino?
I don't know. She's just weathered. She's a little red-cheeked, windborn.
Does that do anything? What do the two numbers mean?
So the two numbers mean if I give you, so the two numbers mean this. Essentially, for all your character sheets, I have enabled advantage or disadvantage things. Advantages means the scenario you have is advantageous to what you're trying to do. So like, say that you have certain information that you are trying to persuade someone with. If you have that certain information, then you have advantage, which means you have a better chance of succeeding. Say that the person you're trying to persuade has information on you and you have nothing, you have disadvantage because you're at a disadvantage. What that means is that with advantage, you can pick the higher of the two numbers. With disadvantage, you are forced to pick the lower of the two numbers. With no advantage, out of the two numbers, the one on the left is essentially the first number being rolled. So you would take the first. You take the left number. So you get 5, and you are unable. you have a lack of knowledge of first aid essentially in this. It's very difficult for you to get a handle on a human's biology.
I just kind of lean over and just pat her on the head, I guess.
After a couple moments, Selena and Ian, you both gain 1 HP and you return to consciousness.
Yay, I'm alive! Did
But
we
I'm-
win?
I'm at -1. Does that mean I go to 0?
No,
When
you were
you
at
go-
0
When
automatically.
you
when-
stabilized you went to
When you
0.
were reduced to 0, you go to 0. Unless you are hit again while you're at 0, you stay at 0.
Okay, it was at -1 on my sheet. I just wanted to know where to put it.
So this is just free. Do whatever, right?
Yeah, this is all on you. This is post.
Now Ian is touching himself.
I'm glad I'm up here.
All right, Ian,
Oh god. How's it work when you heal someone else then?
oh
Is
god,
that athletics check?
Ian, you place your hand on your chest, and you feel invigoration come back through you, and you gain 6 hit points.
Can I do first aid on myself? Medicine
You
check?
can try. You can
I
try.
I don't have a lot of it, but I can try.
I'm going to say you gain 2 hit points. It's not as effective as healing as magic is.
That's fine.
I'm gonna loot this goblin.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up here and loot this goblin that I killed.
Do you want me to touch you?
No. No, thanks. She side-eyes him.
I got one more use. I got one more in me.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Bodo, make a I'm going to give you you can either do I'd say do an investigation check real quick as you are going through the goblin's belongings.
Let me find that. Oh yeah, it's -1 to investigation.
You go through the goblin's belongings and you find basic stuff for what you would imagine a goblin would have. There
Any,
is
first aid kits in there.
no. Goblins are not sophisticated creatures. At least these ones aren't. And although you do find something. Bodo, would you mind coming down one channel?
Sure.
So, rapiers. Not my strong weapon.
I saw you beat that dead horse.
I caught him real good, didn't I?
It's gonna be easier to move.
No, chop it up. We'll have dinner tonight.
Yeah, seriously, is this...
And we don't know how long they've been dead. Nobody actually checked.
Nah, you just cook extra long. It'll be fine.
This is D&D. That probably actually works.
Just burn it. It'll all be good.
Meat is meat.
Yeah, we could do this all Oregon Trail style.
We're back.
Welcome.
All right. That's what Bodo finds. Langak, what are you trying to go do?
I'm gonna go through the goblins that I killed. See if I can find anything.
You find pretty much the similar things. It's really, really cruddy looking arrows, his scimitar and bow, short bow. We see a few like what look to be like really dried lizards that you would assume that he eats for a snack. That's about it.
Is the goblin wearing like a cloak or anything?
No. Kind of like loincloth with like side plates maybe. About it for what he's wearing.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull him off into the undergrowth and just leave him there.
I am totally spitting on this one. It just, skewered me. And then I'm gonna check it.
You find his short bow, a few arrows, his scimitar, and what looks to be like a shrunken head kind of thing.
Ew. I threw that away.
You're not sure whether it's human, goblin, or whatever. It's too far processed to be really able to tell.
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay.
You're not gonna take that small head and put it where his head used to be?
No. That would be hilarious, but no. I'm grossed out. It's disgusting. Somebody else do it.
No one's gonna do that. It's
Dude.
disgusting.
It's the guy from Beetlejuice that sits in a waiting room with Beetlejuice.
Can I
I
go
want
over
to
and
get the wagon.
What was that ring?
can I go over and get that shrunken head?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up the shrunken head and I'm gonna replace my parrot skull that I carry around with the shrunken head.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
Phallus, what do you want to do? What were we about to do?
I'm getting the wagon.
Okay.
Bring it down here. We're gonna have to move the horses. I don't want to leave it up there in case the ones that ran away come back.
As you slowly bring back the wagon, it is now in this area. I would say.
Can I attempt some first aid on myself? I got like 1 health.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
That's going to be about 3 health. I'm going to say.
Low wagon.
Is there room enough for me to ride on the wagon now?
There's a little bit of room, yeah.
I'm gonna
Alright.
go down and try to move the horses out of the way.
I'm start making some strength checks. Let's roll, drag these things over. Let's start with the gray one.
All right, go for it. I need athletics or strength checks. Rangak surprisingly outmaneuvers Phallus and drags the horse up into the thicket. They're part of the background, so I can't actually move them. So use your imaginations.
I'm gonna hop on the wagon.
Okay.
And try and move the other horse just so we have the full road.
Okay.
Oh, that covers.
I'm very nimble, but not actually strong.
Right.
Trying to cover the horses, but that covers other people's tiles.
Yeah, I was trying to wonder what was wrong with my map. Sorry, go ahead.
Has anybody gone through the horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in.
Selena did.
I wonder whose horses these were.
I tried finding that. I couldn't figure it out. That's why I asked about insignia. I didn't see any.
They were someone's.
I mean, you can see if there's any drag marks from them moving corpses.
What's that?
It says someone could look around and see if anyone, like, there's drag marks. They must have had riders.
Yeah, you can make investigation checks if you want.
I'm gonna just continue trying to move.
I will
Okay.
not find anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ian, you see what could be issues on that, but you're not entirely sure. You see pathways that might lead, but
Ian looks up and is like, I think these horses are dead.
He must have had a serious blow to his head recently.
He's still a little woozy, I guess.
You guys drag the horses out of the way. Ian, you do see like small formulations of what could be a trail, but you're not entirely sure. This is all on you guys. I'm waiting for you guys. It's up to
I'm
you.
gonna try and. I mean, is everyone coming? We're just gonna ride the wagon, continue down the road, or do you want to rest?
I mean, can we rest? Is it
Yeah.
something we can do here?
I mean, it's something you can do.
I mean, can all of us rest, or just only a couple of us?
We probably want to move further down the road before and find a safer spot to rest.
Yeah, we got ambushed once. I can only imagine it's going to happen again.
Okay, yeah.
That makes way more sense. Let's do that.
As you move down the road a little bit, it's a while, but you do seem to find an outcropping. There's a little bit around this area, and it seems safe enough. It's fairly wide open. There's fewer trees in the area. It's up to you whether you want to take a short or a long rest, but that is entirely up to the group.
I think someone has
What
to
is the difference
watch.
in those?
Short rest. Essentially, short rest. You can use hit dice. You get whatever benefits you get from a short rest applied to you. And a long rest, you basically regain almost everything. But a long rest is basically a night's sleep. A short rest can be anything from an hour, like a half an hour to 2 hours.
And again, it's only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'd say it's more it's closer to around 4 to 5 by this time.
I mean, it's almost evening. Do you want to just continue or rest here?
We can rest here.
How do we make it far enough down the road where we think we'll make it there? Because we're supposed to deliver this in 2 days, right?
How long has it been since we've left?
It's been about. You're working on It'll be around your third day. Tomorrow, by the morning.
Can we see our destination on this map, or is it further down this road?
What's that?
Can we see our destination on this map, or is it further down this road?
Your destination, to come to another. You're going to come to once you're on this road, this side of the road, you're going to come to another intersection where you'll take a right to Phandelver.
Okay. Let's hope nobody carved a new path then.
What is the decision of the group? What do you all want to do?
I figure a short rest is probably
Let's do a
plenty.
short rest and then continue on.
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right.
We can recover hit die.
Yep. If you want to recover health, you use hit die. Just hit the hit die button, and you should get some rolls for your health back.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Both of you.
Low roller club over here, Zapata. Represent.
Fist bump.
It's a breather, and you all are able to catch your breath a little bit. Although, while you've traveled up a little bit from where the goblins were, you do hear in a little bit deeper into the forest. That's at the tree line. Noises that.
My hit die is set wrong.
What's that?
My hit die is set wrong. I just noticed that.
You hear noises that are reminiscent of what like how the goblins sounded. It doesn't sound like they're being aggressive either. It sounds like it's just a goblin encampment or hideout of some sort.
We got a question. For the short rest, do I get any spell slots?
No.
Or no. No. Okay.
No. Spells. You have to have like a specific ability that gives you that. You should have like. Let me see.
That might be at the level.
Were you at full health or did you need to roll a hit die?
You just have to roll hit die for a short rest.
I just noticed he hadn't yet.
Was that?
If
Well,
he's at full health, he
I'm at
doesn't
full
need
health.
to use his
Yeah, I
hit
don't-
die.
Just checking.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't have any abilities that give you
That's fine. I just want to make sure.
spell slots back unless you're doing a long rest. Alrighty. So yeah, you hear reminiscent sounds that feel like they're coming from a goblin encampment or hideout nearby, and that's about all that really happens during your short rest. The tree line is pretty far from where you're standing, where you all are resting, but the noises are there. It seems pretty rowdy, and that's about it for the short rest.
Is everyone ready to move on?
I think it might be a good idea to move on, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Alrighty. As you keep going forward, the dusk starts setting, and eventually you do come to a split in the road and a sign that does say Phandelver, pointing to the right.
Let's turn right.
Keep on keeping on.
Onward
Okay.
to victory.
Alrighty. As you start making your way into Phandelver, it takes another couple hours, and night has fully set in by the time you arrive. You arrive to a. Hold on. Let's see if there's an actual. The rutted tracks emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpses of Phandelver. The town consists of about 40 to 50 simple log buildings, some built from out of old fieldstone foundations, more old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been somehow a larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the side of the cart, in which, hold on. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs towards a ruined manor house on the hillside at the east side of town. And whop.
Is that a Cardi B wop?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Now shut the fuck up. You guys are coming from this side of the town, from the north.
What time of day is it? Again?
It is evening, well set into evening.
No guards at the entrance.
No, this is a this is a small and quaint frontier town.
Oh, looks like they have at least a rubbled broken wall.
Yeah, but like the description said, they do seem like they were here long before the town was actually this town was actually established.
Just continue riding into the town.
As you start riding into the town, some of the amenities are start making themselves clear with torchlight. Barthen's Provisions is the first major building you see on your left, and eventually you see a smithy, as well as a couple of, as well as what seems to be like a shrine of some sort. An inn also makes itself clear. Does seem to be a few shops and so on and so forth. But
Did Rockseeker give us a place to meet him at?
We're supposed to be taking the wagon to the Barthium's Provisions, I believe.
Well, then let's head there.
Barthen's Provisions, as you now discussed, is actually the first building you see on your left, which is this one.
Well, let's park the wagon and go inside.
Alrighty, hold on. Hold on. Okay. As you enter, who's actually going inside of Barthen's Provisions?
Ian will.
I'll go in also.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm following.
Rengak's gonna stay outside with the wagon.
Okay. So what, it's Phallus, Bodo, and Selena going inside? Or
I'll go in.
Ian, what do you want to do then?
I'm going in.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in as well.
Okay, so only Rengak staying outside, okay. As all four of you enter inside, you see hold on. Let me make sure I have this right. Alright. You see this, I apologize, I do have to refresh myself on the campaign, so. You see this gentleman, in slacks, kind of, with a like a flannel shirt on slacks, and he looks fairly homely. And he looks at y'all. Well, hey, how y'all doing? What can I do for you?
We're supposed to meet up with a dwarf by the name of Rockseeker.
You Gundren's folk?
Yep.
Well, I knew he was expecting some company, but I mean, I didn't think y'all be here before he was.
Oh, he's not here yet.
Nah.
That doesn't bode well.
Selena raises her eyebrow.
He left before we did.
Did he now?
He did. He said he had to meet up with somebody and then he'd be on the way after us to me.
Oh, I was expecting him about a couple of days ago. I mean, not only he gone, but Nundro and Tharden are gone too. But thing is, they keep being all excited about this mine they find in some sort of Phandelver's pact or some shit. But none of them are around here. I mean, and if you're them guys that Gundren hired, then he should have been here about a couple days ago now.
Wonder if the goblins got him.
Goblins.
Yeah. Little things about yay high.
I know what they
Nasty.
is. I know what they is. This is what kind of town you take this for? We get some stuff like that all the time. But yeah, goblins have been wreaking a bit of havoc now on the Tribord Trail. But yeah, I know he was all excited about this mine of Phandelver's Pact or whatever he wants to call it. Him and his brothers both, but I haven't seen his brothers in like a 10-day or some stuff, even though they're supposed to be back any day now with some supply, which I assume you got wrecking with the wagon.
I mean, we got something in the wagon. I didn't actually look in the wagon. Did anyone look in the wagon?
Not
Nobody
me.
looked in the wagon.
Oh, didn't look in it. There should be supplies. He said that we were to bring these supplies to you.
And that's fair enough. You were supposed to bring them to me, and I'm going to be paying you. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me
Ian's
wrong.
gonna stick his head out the door and yell, "Hey, Rangak, what's in the wagon?"
I pull up behind the wagon, and looking at other tarps or something covering this stuff.
All right, make a investigation check. Yeah, you see a plethora of almost heavy-duty mining supplies. There's some gunpowder. Like I'm talking about, like this is the gunpowder. This is some of the better stuff that you can get with for mining supplies. You also find a couple of what seem to be books. That seem to reference history of the frontier and history of the Sword Coast in some respects. That's about it.
I look back over that. Looks like there's some mining supplies, books, that kind of thing.
Okay, Ian will turn and relay that to the shopkeep. Yeah,
That's-
mining supplies and stuff.
That sounds about right. I mean, that's what they've been trying to like. They've been all excited about saying, and you know, he's a good friend of mine, so he's been sharing. So, but yeah, here, let me pay you all. Let's get that wagon unloaded in the back, and we'll see what we can do. But I mean,
Were you expecting the books?
I wasn't expecting nothing. I mean, it's all really Gundren stuff. So all I was supposed to do is play middleman.
Do you mind if we took a look through the books? Maybe we can see if we can figure out where they were heading. Maybe we can find them.
I mean,
I won't
I
take
usually-
them. I'll just look through them.
Technically speaking, he hasn't paid for them yet, Ian. So it's kind of ours still right now until Gundren picks them up.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying.
it's still his supplies. He bought the supplies. We were just doing an escort. But you know, you all do what you want. I'm going to be paying you right now. Let me just get the till all done, and well, and we'll sort something out. But yeah, you do what you want to do. Let me just get y'all's payment, okay? And you see Elmar start going towards the back of the shop. Is there anything you want to do while he's gone?
Right now I'm just looking around in the shop. The books aren't really interesting to me. I'm here. You know, it was none of my business what was in the thing. I was just trying to give them an opening to look through. I'm looking through the shop to seeing what's around there.
Okay. The shop itself has a lot of regular adventuring supplies. Really, it's not really. It's basically a lot of provisions for the town itself. Since it is a frontiersy town, it's not. It doesn't have a massive infrastructure of supplies of themselves. So yeah.
Anything on like the counter where he was standing? If he was
There's
behind a counter or anything?
on the counter itself, there's like a ledger. You do see a couple of you do see like a box, a box of some sort, and behind the counter, as you like peek over a little bit, in the cupboard, in the open cupboards below, you do see some more like rare. I wouldn't say rare equipment, but more
Like high quality?
kind of high quality. Yeah, it's not great by any means in comparison to Neverwinter, but it's great in comparison to stuff here already in Phandelver.
Gotcha. Hey, any information on those books out there?
Ian's gonna go out and take a look at the books.
Um,
How long are they? Are they like thick tomes, or are we talking like short?
they're fairly decent tomes. They're history books. They're the books that have annotated the history of the Sword Coast.
Are there indices?
There's one. Yes, there are. But they're hard to read in the light here. Since you're outside.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do something.
Okay, do something.
I'm gonna pick a rock up and make it emit light and read by the light.
Alrighty. So you pick up a small. So what you do is that you pick up a pebble from the ground, or like a decent small rock from the ground, and in front of Rangek and whoever's outside with you, you kind of like shake it, as if like a battery or something like that, trying to like that, and it suddenly flickers on as a bright light, and you start reading.
What do you want me to make for the reading? Is it just
I would say make a history check. You are able to discern a couple things. Mostly that Phandelver is mentioned in somewhat passing. You are trying to skim through it, so you don't pick up a whole lot. That Phandelver is mentioned, or at least the area of which Phandelver was before it became Phandelver. It used to be known as Phandelver. And not only that, but it used to have this kind of really potent mine of some sort. It doesn't really go into detail, but you can't find the details over your skimming.
Okay. Well, there is a mine at least. I think we should try to hang on to these books and read them a little bit more in depth.
You're not talking to me. You got to be talking to everyone else.
I was listening.
Well, I'm still inside. I
Apparently
think,
you're
so.
outside.
Yeah,
Mostly
only
whoever was out there with me.
Rangek.
This sounds good to me. Is there anybody around us? Can they see us? Like messing with
It's nighttime. It's starting to get deeper into nighttime here. No. You do hear a bit of ambient talking in the distance. Further into town, but from where you are, no. There's no one really.
I'm gonna take the books with me.
Okay.
Well, Ian, we already told him there's going to be books in the wagon.
How many books are there? I mean, I'm not there, obviously, but like, how many books are there, and can you
There's
figure
about
out which ones?
There's about 3 to 4. Oh, I'm just going to say 4.
4. Okay.
One of them is a general history of the Sword Coast. One of them is history of mines. One of them is a book on techniques on basically recovering mines, and the last one is a book on the history of magical items.
What was the book that I found the mention of Phandelver in?
That was the history of Sword Coast.
All right, that's the book I'm gonna grab. We didn't say how many books there were.
Well, I take that back. I wasn't inside, so sorry.
Yeah, we did. Well, but no, we didn't say how many books there were. So I'm just gonna snag that book.
Okay. All right. Are you going back inside then?
Yeah.
All right. As you start walking back inside, you see Elmer emerge from the back, and I hope you all got yourselves sorted. Now here's the payment that Gundren said to pay y'all with, and he sees how many y'all with your company? Are you all right here?
Yep, there's 5 of us.
There's only 4 of you in here.
2 more
Yeah, fifth
outside.
one's
More
watching the
outside.
wagon for us.
So there's 5 of you. One of them's outside.
Yes.
That's correct.
Can you have him come inside so I make sure I'm not being hoodwinked over here?
Ian
Can you
opens the
stand
door.
at the door and look? I mean,
Rangat, come in here.
sorry, I'm a little.
Okay.
Selena's a little impatient.
I look up, tie the horses off, and walk inside.
A Dragonborn. I haven't seen one of you in a while. Anyways, I apologize. Here you go. Sorry, but travelers like to make fools out of the locals sometimes. But we're a bit more insightful than some people like to give us credit for. If it weren't for the goddamn red brands, and he puts down pouches of gold, 5 of them. This is the gold Gundren said to give y'all. So there you go. You all want to meet me in the back and we can unload that wagon.
I look inside my pouch. How much is in there?
There's 10 gold.
For each of us, or is it?
There's
I
10
open
gold
mine
in
too.
each. There's 10 gold in each pouch.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look over everybody like, is that right?
Did you tell us how much you got? I'm gonna say there's supposed to be 50 gold in this pouch.
See?
Yeah, I thought it was 50.
Hey, alright. Look. Gundren told me to pay you 10 gold apiece, okay? You got gripes with that, then you take it up with Gundren, because that's how much he gave me to pay y'all. Alright? Like I said, this is why I don't like to be the middleman, goddammit.
Oh, that's what he was lying about. All right. Gonna brood and storm out, like walk out the door, get on the wagon to ride around to the back of the shop. Have to settle this with Gundren.
I'm gonna grab my pouch and just kind of look over at the guy and just kind of and walk out.
I do. Yo. Listen, I ain't got much money in general.
Ian's gonna walk out. It's like, where's the inn at?
Oh, it's gonna be down into near the center square. Actually, it's gonna be right before you hit the square, really.
All right,
on
guys,
on your left.
So if this
let's
is
go to the inn.
all right,
What were you about to say, Selena?
if this is Gundren stuff, why is this rando dude paying us for it?
He's just storing it.
He's the middleman. He's acting
Sus.
for yeah.
He's sus, but that's okay. All right, I don't care because it's not my business. I'm not here for that. Let's
Let's
look
just
and see.
head to the inn and get a place to stay for the night.
I agree. I'm a little too
Agreed.
feeling it
So-
right now.
Before you do so, you all go around back, and Elmar
Whoa, we were paid to deliver. We weren't paid to unload.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I feel. I'm just taking my money and walking out. He can unload it on his own.
Alice, you're the one that started the whole. You said you wanted to bring the wagon around back.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Then everyone else other than Phallus starts heading towards the center, while Phallus brings the car around back. And so first off, everyone else, you all eventually make it to the center square, which is here. And the noises that you hear, that Rangak heard earlier of people talking and all that kind of stuff is coming from this building, and it's fairly well lit. And there's a sign of the hanging sign that just basically says Stonehill Inn. Now, think about what you guys want to do. Phallus, if you want to come down one.
Okay.
I'm not unloading the goddamn wagon, that's for sure.
Where's the
That's
rat?
me too. I'm sorry. No.
We just got shot and stabbed.
Yep. No. I need me an ale, and I need to sit down and just relax and forget about those damn goblins.
Now you think about it, I mean,
Put my feet up.
I think we could have talked him into paying us to unload the wagon.
They sound kind of cheap.
I'm not dealing with
Yeah,
it.
I need the money, though.
The way I feel about it is, I have this job. I have he's supposed to pay me at the end of it. What's his face? Rock sucker or something? I don't know.
Roxy.
No. I know Selena gets it wrong like all the time. She does it on purpose. Yeah, rock sucker, whatever the heck his name is. So I ain't worried about that part. I also have other things I got to worry about with this just to get through. So, nah, I'm resting right now.
Ian's of the mind that we should see if we can use this. See if we can ask around town, because he's obviously been here before. Rock Seeker. Maybe some people could give us a general idea of where he's been going to.
I like how you think.
And
That's a
maybe
good idea.
We could track him down, or track down where they were supposed to be going, because either A, they got ambushed on the way here, or B, they were attempting to scout out the mines that they're looking for, and something happened to them while they were scouting out the mines.
I mean, does
Sounds good.
that book you have, does it tell you anything about where the mines are?
Well, I mean, I just skimmed it and saw some mention of it. I plan on doing a bit more in-depth read.
Yeah, I guess get some more light. Okay.
Yeah. Well, out of character now, what I could think I might be able to do is, if I'm sitting down and like concentrating on a task, I might be able to just like take a 20 on the roll and go through the book in detail.
Okay, gotcha.
I like it.
I like how you're like, I'm just gonna roll 20. No problem.
No, it's actually a mechanic in D&D that
Is
if you have uninterrupted time where you're not, and this is kind of up to the DM's discretion. If it's like a task, like you're in the middle of a town, there's literally nothing that could happen that could cause you to fail or interrupt you. You could sit there and take your time, and it's called taking a 10 or taking a 20. And depending on the situation, the DM could say that, okay, you can take a 10 or you can take a 20, depending on the situation, to just save the fact of doing the roll. But it's less about like instantaneous and more about you get like you have
Get more information.
Yeah, get more
Okay.
information, but you have to take a long time like reading through it.
Cool.
I'll see
Something new.
see if Perv or Dom, see if Perv will let me do it.
Well, regardless, are we just going in and chilling in a tavern part of this inn, or what are we doing right now?
We're waiting for them to come back.
Oh, okay, so we're just going to wait outside and kind of mill around outside for...
Yeah.
All right.
They're getting the wagon unloaded.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Alice
was... Are we just going to, like, abandon him and just stay here? Are we just going to wait for him to come back? I can't believe he stayed. Like, that was horse manure.
Well, I mean, all we know is that he drove the wagon around. We don't know if he actually helped unload it.
I mean,
Right.
it's been a while. Where do you think he is?
We don't know this guy either.
Sorry, totally out of character. Or, that was totally in character. Like, I'm not yelling at you, I promise.
Oh, roll. I'm with something to drink. Okay.
I saw the map ping.
Heh.
We didn't see that.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, by the way there, Bo, did you happen to find anything on that goblin?
No.
No. Alright. I am so out of practice. I wish I could have actually, like, practiced a little bit more. Ugh, nothing like stabbing a horse.
The Roll20 system is sometimes a bit unforgiving. You roll a critical, or you roll a bad. You'll have like a really long streak of bad rolls. It feels.
I mean,
like
to be fair, the goblin stuck a blade into it first.
I mean, I was just following suit. I was trying to connect with it upon cultural understandings, I guess.
Before you stabbed it in the face.
I didn't stab it in the face at all.
You wanted
I
to
didn't
stab
touch
it.
it. I just waved my rapier around and pretended like I was going to stab something. I don't know.
Alright, I'm back. We still waiting, I guess.
We are.
Yeah.
So, how do the death saves and stuff work?
So when you drop to negative HP, and this is somewhat some people do it differently, but if you take enough damage to where like you get to like negative your hit points in 1 round, it's like instant death. But if you drop to 0 HP or lower, you roll death saves. So you just click death saves, and it's just a simple D20, and below a 10 is a fail, and above a 10 is a success. If you get 3 failures in a row, you're dead. If you get 3 successes, you stabilize and you're unconscious.
Okay, and so let's say that you do succeed. Those don't stay there. It gets reset when you're.
They get reset when you get back up. So,
Okay.
For instance, when I was clicking my death saves, when you roll the death save, then you just click on one of the circles, and it's literally the first one to reach 3 ticks. And when you get to stable, then you're pretty much done. Or if you die, you're done. And more wisdom 1.
Sure are gone a long time.
Hey, one-on-one exposition can take a while sometimes.
No, I was in character.
Oh, sorry. It's difficult I tend to go out of character when the DM is down.
I'm just trying to get into my character and try to figure out how she'd react to things. So that's
What's your picture there? Is that from something like a show or something?
Yeah, that's actually Stalker Channing in Practical Magic, because I thought that's what she would look like.
That was her name. I knew she was like the first lady in the West Wing.
Yes, and also where everybody knows her from is Grease, because I think that was like her first big role. But
oh yeah, from way back in the day.
Right. So, but when I thought about what my character would look like as an old retired lady pirate, this is literally what I thought of. Even though she was a witch in that, but still, it matches.
Hey, it works. Mine's just some random picture I found for my token.
Also works. But you're a dog now.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I always forget to change my character portrait to whatever. I just put in my character token.
I just googled a halfling monk and found that, and it works pretty well.
I have a friend that always plays a monk. He always uses the name Lo Quan, and he always pronounces noodles like neuters.
Well, howdy, hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Just to alleviate your fears, we're not metagaming right now. We're just talking. Absolutely
all
nothing
recorded.
shady going on
It's
right now.
all recorded. You can listen to it later.
I know. Roshado's my secret weapon. All right, as the four of you enter the Stonehill Inn.
I thought we were waiting for him.
Are you? I didn't I thought you guys were immediately going
I thought
in.
you went immediately because
Okay.
But if you guys want to wait,
No, it's
Just
fine. I just
lingering
was,
and
I was
chatting.
confused. We were, yeah.
as you all enter the Stonehill Inn, there's a gentleman behind the bar. There's a singular waitress tending orders. There's what seems to be a couple of farmer-like folk in the building. There is also a group of rather rowdy people. All of them wearing what seems to be like a red sash around their waist. With there's about 3 of them. And finally, there's what seems to be a group of interesting folk in a booth to the left. But what would you all like to do now?
Is there an
Ale.
empty booth?
What's that?
Is there an empty table or booth?
Yeah, there's plenty of them. It's not. It's like I said. What I'm describing is the people. It's not really overly crowded. It's a decently large inn for a town this small.
Do we want a table or a booth?
How big
Who
are the
cares?
booths?
Tell me where to sit and give me a freaking dinner and some ale, thanks.
The booths are 2 people per side, and that's about it.
Or one dragonborn?
Right?
Yeah.
No, it's 2 people per side. The booth that you see already occupied by this other group of people has 2 people on each side, and also what looks to be a large black scale dragonborn at the end, sitting on a chair. And that's about it. But the other tables are about like a 5 people table, like the center tables. And the bar has about 7 seats open.
Let's just go grab a table.
Yeah.
At this point in time, Phallus, you walk into the bar. Or at the inn.
I take my bearings and look around the room.
Right?
What
You
do I
see exactly the same stuff, and you see your group are already sat down at a table.
I'll make my way over there. Do I notice anything specific? You said there was like a small group.
Yeah, there's a small group. You can make out one of them is a heavily cloaked figure. One of them is a very large dragonborn. Like I said, it's sitting at the end of the table in a chair, black scaled. One of them appears to be a goblin, but is a goblin that isn't feral like you saw. It looks to have like goggles on and is reading. Another one is what appears to be this pale-skinned man. And the last one is what seems to be this person that has very non-distinct features, elongated fingers and white hair. And he's dressed up in a suit. What was that, Boda?
Can we see what the goblin's reading from here?
No.
A book.
Yeah, it's a book.
The
goblin's
also
also-
my friends. It seems non-threatening.
The goblin is also fairly decently dressed. Like I said, this goblin seems to have civility to it. The dragonborn is wearing a harness over his torso and baggy pants. The man that's cloaked, you can't really see what he's wearing. But he is also reading a book. and the nondescript person with the elongated fingers and white hair, he's wearing a suit and he's just eating. And finally the pale-skinned man, he is essentially just enjoying his drink while talking to the Dragonborn.
I'm just sitting down and getting the attention of the waitress because I'm hungry and I want a beer.
Okay, give me 1 second, if you will. Oh. As you grab the attention of the innkeeper, not the innkeeper, but the waitress, as you start the waitress, it's just this kind of young woman. Well, howdy. I'm Vanessa Stonehill. Welcome to Stonehill Inn. What can I do for y'all?
I'll take an ale and a dinner, please, and I can buy a round for my party here, so that's another 4. What are y'all drinking?
We're in the employ of the Rockseeker Mining and Brothers Mining Co. Do they have a tap?
They did, but they closed it.
Oh.
It
But
was
that
worth a shot.
10 day ago.
Oh, come on, you guys don't know me. I'll buy you a drink.
About 10 days ago?
Yeah, that's the last time we saw any of them.
Did they say where they were going?
Some mine or some place. I don't really keep tabs on what the comings and goings are of our guests.
Of course, you're
It's
you're
considered
very
bad
busy.
manners. At least that's what my papa says. Toblin Stonehill. And she points at Toblin, who's the man that's manning the bar.
Gonna be needing a room for the night? Do you have enough for the 5 of us, or some of us have to share?
You'd have to talk to Papa.
I'm gonna make.
I only just get the meals sorted.
Well, if they're not gonna have anything, just get mine.
I don't know. I'll have a.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Give me
I'm
an
still
ale.
very disappointed I couldn't charge money back to the company. I'll take whatever she's having for both meal and drink. I'm gonna go secure a room.
I'm only buying drinks for everybody. I'm not buying meals too. Just drinks for everybody, and I'll buy the meal and the drink for myself.
Apologies.
I'm
I'll
just
buy
saying.
my own meal, whatever you have on hand, and then I'll have whatever she's drinking. And then I'm gonna go over to talk to Toblin Stonehill about rooms.
Yep.
Ian will take a drink and then ask what's for dinner.
Well,
We'll
we have a decent stew coming up here soon. It's almost done cooking.
Stew sounds amazing for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a stew too.
All right. And you, Mr. Dragonborn?
Yeah, I'll take a stew and an ale.
Okay. And Miss Halfling, what about you?
I'll have some stew and let's have a loaf of bread for the table.
Okay. No drink?
No drink.
Okay. She's writing all this down, and it'll be a half minute, okay? And she starts walking back behind the counter, or behind the main part of the establishment.
How close are we to the other tables?
Which
other
other table
people?
are you? What? You're not close, but you're not in the furthest table away.
Hey,
it's-
I yell down to one of the ones that's close to me. Hey, how's the stew in this place?
Which table are you yelling at? Are you yelling at like a normal farmhand table? Are you yelling at the people with the red sash? Are you yelling at the the other group of
Pale skinned dude and the goblin or whatever. That table.
That table? All right.
Yep.
That what you see is as you yell at that table, the goblin puts down her book and she looks at you, like she knows what you said, but she then looks towards the person in the cloak, and you see him shake his head, and she just goes back to reading her book.
Rude.
But you can see that she's nervous while doing so.
Still rude, but yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I guess it's not good then. I sigh deeply and just wrap my fingers on the counter or on the table in front of me and look at my dinner companions.
All right.
I'm gonna pick up a. Is there a salt shaker on the table?
There's no salt shaker. There's a small bowl of salt, and there's a small bowl of pepper.
I want to pick up that bowl of salt and just kind of fiddle with it, spin it around.
Make a dexterity. Make a dexterity check. Just hit dexterity.
I'm already given daggers because spilt salt is like bad freaking luck.
You spill a little bit of salt. I'm not going to say you spill a ton of it, but some of it just like starts swirling off the edges.
And thanks a lot for completely wrecking our luck on this journey.
I just kind of look around, I'm like, sorry, and then I kind of pick up the salt and throw it over my shoulder.
I mean, you did get knocked out by a goblin already. I don't know how lucky we are.
Can't get
Phallus,
much worse.
as you go towards the bartender, he looks at you while he's polishing a glass. Welcome to Stonehill Inn. What can I do for you?
Good evening, Toblin. We're seeking rooms for the night. We just came in, and we stopped at Bronlin's Provisions to make a delivery for the Rockseeker Mining Company. What do you have available?
We have about 4 rooms left.
4 rooms. How many are any of those with double beds?
There's only 1 room with 2 twins, but the others are singles.
All right, I'll take one of the single rooms.
Okay. Anything else for you?
No, I already made preparations for dinner and drink with your daughter.
You do realize she's a bit underage to be drinking with you. And then but then he starts you see his lips start curling up a bit in a big grin. I'm kidding, son.
Oh, I get like pale face for a second. I'm like, whew.
We like to try to have as much. We like to try to have as much fun as we can but it's hard to come by now since they came around. And his eyes dart towards the people with the red sash around their waists, and then back to you.
And I whisper to him, I heard from Omar. Or Oma.
Elmar.
Elmar. I didn't write his name down.
Elmo.
I heard from Elmar that they mostly frequent the Slumbering Giant Inn, east in town.
You mean the sleeping giant?
Sleeping Giant. Slumbering Giant? Yeah, I'm great at listening while I work.
Yeah, that's their headquarters, if you want to call it that, but they still make their way around here, terrorizing the rest of us.
Tabs on everybody?
Yeah, they want to. But some people resist and some people just give in. He doesn't want to do anything about it, and his eyes then dart to the guy at the farthest end of the bar, who's kind of on the verge of passing out.
Which guy was that?
That's Harbin Wester. He's the town master, if you will. He's taken pretty much no actions to do anything about them folk.
Well, Omar said there was a lot of them. Is Harbin Wester? He'd be alone to in his efforts against them.
He could be requesting help, but he hasn't since a couple weeks since they came in. So
I mean, what is it that bad? Are they just making trouble? Or are they do you have to pay them to get them to leave you alone, or they just take everything for free?
it's a bit of that, unfortunately. They haven't killed anyone yet, but they've been getting bolder.
That's not good. Well, shoot. I guess I'll keep my eye on them while I'm here and try not to do anything to make things worse.
Alright. If your friends need a room, they can have one. But I only got, well, you took one of them, so I got 3 of the rooms left.
I've only known them for 3 days. I'm not sure any of them would want to stay in the same room as me, but I'm sure they'll be able to figure it out.
Alright. Y'all have a good meal. I'm sure Vanessa will be around with you shortly. And as you do, and as you step away from Toblin, you see Vanessa walk out with a large, 2 large platters, one with drinks and one with meals on it.
Yes!
Return to the table. They're cheering. It looks like.
And,
Yes!
and and they're distributed freely, towards all of you, and yeah, you slowly have your meal.
Alrighty, so how much is this going to set me back with the drinks for everybody and for the meal for myself and a drink for myself?
Are you asking Vanessa?
Yes.
All right. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Four drinks because Bo didn't have any.
Right. 1, 2,
Well,
3,
she drank it in the
4.
back.
4 times 20 copper. That's gonna be 80 copper for the drinks, and the meals. 5 silver for the meals.
Somebody help me with the math.
Like 5 silver total for the meals.
Yeah.
It's a base 100, so 100 copper is equal to 1 silver, and 100 silver is equal to 1 gold.
I know, but I can't math right now.
Well, then you're just. What do you think it is? Try pay her.
Hang on.
Ian will give her 5 silver for his meal.
No.
It's 5 silver for all 5 meals.
Oh, for all 5 meals. Okay, so
Yeah,
Ian gives
I'll
her
put 1
silver.
each. Okay.
And 20 silver for 20 copper for each drink. So that was 80 copper.
Remind me what the EP is and the GP.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's Electrum.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, it's
using
Electrum,
GP.
and don't worry about it. Just worry about copper, silver, gold, and platinum.
Okay, so this 81 EP, I can put that into silver, right?
81?
81. You have to look. I don't know.
Look at my sheet. I have 81 and 17 because I put the 10 in from what we got from Duder.
Where did you put that under gold pieces? GP?
17 GP, 81 EP, and then 0 for the other one. So that's where I'm
You put your silver in your copper in your there you go.
I don't know how to deal with this. Okay, fine. So 5, and then how much did the copper was it? I didn't write it down.
It's 80 copper, so you're down to 20 copper and 80 silver. Down 80 silver now, and then you paid 1 silver for your meal, so now you're down to 79. There you go.
Okay, that's better. Thank you. That's why I was having a hard time with that. It's not that I mean, aside from the fact that I can't math, that was a
How much
little
was
bit much for
the
me.
bread?
Oh, right. The bread was that's 50 copper.
Okay, so just for clarification, we're not using EP, right?
No. You're only going to be using copper, silver, gold, and platinum with me.
PP.
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 I'm gonna go ahead and pay my 1 silver for my meal.
She takes all the money from each of you, and
Was it Phallus that went up to the desk?
yes.
Ian's gonna ask Phallus how much. What's the room situation? How much for a room?
He didn't tell me.
How much of that
Just gave me a
conversation did
key.
we hear?
How much was the room?
we
You
hear any
didn't
of
hear
that?
much of it. You didn't hear much of that
Okay.
at all.
I'm gonna go up
was
and
the-
ask how much a
was
room
the-
is.
He wouldn't have given me a key without money. How much was the?
The rooms are about 5 silver a night.
Okay. So I tell him it's 5 silver. He had 3 left. One has 2 beds.
I'm gonna run up right now because I don't want to have to stay with any of these people.
All right.
I'm gonna use my charisma on it. No, I'm just kidding. We're not that
What?
kind of campaign.
Whoa, that's not. We're
just
not
kidding.
running this kind of campaign, are we?
Just kidding. I just wanted to throw that one away.
All right. So, all right. So as you walk up, Selena, as you walk up to Toblin, what can I do for you?
I'd like a room for tonight, please, sir.
All right. Is that single or double?
Single, please.
All right. That's 5 silver.
5 silver it is. Thank you very much.
Okay. And then, there you go.
I'm gonna go sit down and eat my dinner and drink my beer. Thank you.
Alrighty. As you all drink and eat, the table of the people with the red sashes around their waist start getting rowdier and rowdier. The table of the other table of odd travelers that you've come to recognize, I guess, a little bit. They haven't done much other than what they've been doing. They haven't ordered anything else. They haven't made really any waves with anyone other than themselves. Phallus, every so often you'll look at the bar end, and eventually you do see the pudgier man that you've come to realize as Wester is now fully passed out, drunk on the counter table.
Kind of watching the red sashes, and just making sure like it doesn't overflow into our table or someone else's.
Okay.
Can we tell what they're getting all excited about?
Make a perception check. You hear, since they get loud at times, you overhear stuff, various things about essentially just exploiting the town, and getting money and enjoying their time at the Sleeping Giant. Not only that, but you do hear something about how their boss is really quite smart, and how they're handling the Phandelver situation, and all that kind of good stuff. You want to relate that to anyone, or?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'll make a perception check. Sorry.
You still have to portray this kind of information if you
I
want.
gotcha. Okay. So I'm just gonna look over and like, hey, do you guys hear that over there? They were talking about the mining situation, how they're treating the people here.
Half
The mine situation.
mouthful of food, huh?
I mean, I spoke about them with Elmar and Toblin a little bit ago. They have been taking advantage of the people in this town and kind of setting up shop as like a controlling gang, and they're kind of getting out of hand, but they haven't, seriously harmed any villager yet.
Yet.
Yes, undertone yet. The guy I passed out at the bar is the town master. Toblin said that he doesn't do anything about it.
Wonder if they're paying him off.
I don't know. Omar said there was a lot of them though, so it's just a small.
Define a
crew.
lot.
I think he said like 20 or so, maybe more.
Ian looks around at the table. Is like, I mean, if there's 20, I mean that's like 4 for each of us.
Well,
No.
the rest of them are at their headquarters down the road east of here at the Sleeping Giant. And Elmar said to steer clear of that place. They wouldn't handle outsiders in there at all.
And Rangak's going to look over at Ian and give him an approving nod, like, yes.
Beer.
Wait. What?
Ian said this makes 4 of them for each of us, so he's basically Ian's wanting it for a fight or some shit.
Oh,
Nope.
man.
I'm just saying. I mean, those
I
aren't
have
horrible
3 hit
odds.
points, sir. I am already half dead. That's why I'm trying to eat and drink my way back to health. Thanks.
Yeah, you can go unconscious and get, just...
No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I have to say, Ian, that you did rather well in that fight. Going after those goblins, like, that was top notch, sir.
Did you see the hole they put in my armor? That shit ain't cool. I love this armor.
At this point in time, you see that the people, the men with the red sashes around their waist, get up from their table and basically go towards Toblin, and there are a few words exchanged that make a perception check if you want to try to listen. All right. You don't really hear anything.
There's people talking.
Yeah, none of you hear what's exchanged, but you see Toblin is a bit shaken, and they. Selena, you're just.
Selena's head is in her soup bowl.
I'm
She's
eating.
like,
Leave me alone.
"Mom."
Selena has had 3 red rolls already. Like, these are natural ones.
Roll
Oh
20
my.
loves her. Roll 20 loves her. So
It's okay. I don't care.
Roll
I'm
20
sitting
RNG
here
can be brutal.
eating my food right now. Thanks.
But
Rename this website Roll One.
Right?
but you see Toblin is visibly shaken, and they leave at this point. But at this point, when they do this, you see that the hooded, the heavily cloaked figure motions to the goblin girl, and she just nods and falls. She doesn't actually like hop over the person that boxed her in, because she's actually sitting next to the person with white hair, and she boxed in on the booth. So she's sitting on the inside. She actually crawls under and kind of like scurries under the table, and starts following them outside.
interesting.
So did all 5 or all the red sash guys leave?
Yeah, all 3 of them.
Okay. Oh, there was 3.
Okay, so let's see. So don't be alarmed. I want to use my silent speech skill.
Okay, how are you? Who are you using it to?
At the moment, I'm going to use it on Phallus.
Okay.
And I'm
Phallus,
just going to go around and do this to everybody, but
Phallus, you feel a intrusive presence come into your mind. But this is different. This is different
Okay.
than what you're normally used to.
I was gonna
And
say, I would like to resist.
you feel it. You feel it differently than what you're used to. And Bodo, what do you want to say to him?
don't be alarmed. I have information to share.
Okay. What is this information?
you-
Can I talk back with this?
You
Or do I
try
you
to.
can't.
You try to. But
I say it
Bodo,
out loud. I move my mouth. Can I talk back with this?
So
Side and I'm just go back to eating my stew.
Phallus, you mouth it, and you say it in your head, but Bodo stares at you and just shakes his head.
Now, I want to go around the table do this to everybody.
Okay. So everyone feels this presence intrude in their mind.
I have to do one at a time.
But it sound, but the voice sounds extremely familiar as the halfling, as it is the halfling's voice inside your head.
It's like deep breathing in like the back of your neck kind of thing.
And those of you who want to try to respond, you can see Bodo's head just shake, invisible, just like, oh my god, stop.
So while I'm doing this, I'm also reaching to pull something out of my pack.
Okay.
And I pull out a parchment.
Okay.
And I hand it to Selena, and I silent speech again and say, "Pass this around."
Can
Okay,
I
which
look
one?
at it?
Yes.
Oh, which one is this? Which parchment is this?
It's the one we talked about.
Oh. Is this the one that was
On the goblin, yes.
on the goblin? Okay. Okay, I thought it was the one that you kept from Neverwinter.
No.
Okay. Okay, so as you all take a look at this, it is a very crudely written parchment. Each one of you read it. It is in very badly written common. In fact, it's so bad that it's hard to distinguish what it's trying to convey, other than a few little orders. And since Bodos distinguished this parchment to be from the goblin that he looted, it says essentially, camp out at the Tribord Trail, capture dwarf. And that's essentially what it comes. Capture dwarf, take to King Clarg.
I look at him. I'm like, well, after I read it, I'm like, well, what is this?
I look at it, roll my eyes, sigh heavily, and just kind of shake my head at Bo.
I'm like, who is the? I'm like, who's that? Who is the King Clark?
My assumption is we know who the dwarf is.
Ah,
I'm guessing. Can we speak about this verbally right now, or no? Are we still trying to be quiet?
You can speak about it verbally if you want. It's up, but Bodo's been communicating through.
I was attempting to be quiet that way.
Okay.
Ian is going to flip the parchment over, and
Okay.
he's going to put his hand on the paper, and like some magical words are going to appear that just say, "Is Clarg a goblin name?"
What are you trying to do here?
It's the magical tinkering effect.
Okay, hold on. Can you link? Can you send that?
Yeah, just scroll up. It says it's from earlier. I did the whole thing, but it's a static visual effect appears on one of the object surfaces. This effect can be a picture, up to 25 words of text, lines, and shapes, or a mixture of these elements as you like.
Hold on. Where is it at in
If you click on the little bubble, it should put it in chat.
Yeah, I see it in chat now. He did it earlier.
I just didn't want to like bombard chat with another long ass block of text.
You utter the magic. So. I can see the miss over miles. The way I'm reading this is that the words you're trying to say are bestowed on the paper, not like you're not. It's not being answered. It's just you're bestowing it. Unless I'm reading it wrong.
Well, I thought that each line was a different thing because like the words is like for the spoken part of it. You utter a message that when you bestow it.
I think you're recording that message though. That's
No,
what
but
Yeah.
I can also make it do like a visual effect because I don't have to speak a picture. To
Yeah, but that visual effect is still something you're bestowing into the object. Not
like,
you're not asking the object that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but having a spoken thing for a static visual effect doesn't make sense for that since it can do pictures and stuff.
But it would still be a picture that you're imbuing into it. You basically what you're trying to do is asking the parchment. You're basically trying to ask the parchment to answer this when that's not how this thing is working. What magical tinkering is that you're bestowing magic into the object. The words, the images, or commands that you're trying to say into it, or sounds that you want into it, not the other way around. Not trying to gain information from the object.
No, I'm not trying to gain information from that. I'm just making the object I'm making that text appear on the back. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, so okay. So you're asking if King Clark is a goblin.
Yeah, I'm making those words appear on the back of the text, so I don't actually have to make.
Okay, I thought you were asking the parchment.
No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no. I'm making those words appear on the parchment, so I don't actually have to say anything out loud. That's what I was getting at.
Gotcha.
Okay, see, that makes more sense. And I had the impression that you were asking the parchment. And it's like that's not how things work.
No.
You were like, and can it draw a 3D picture of this character I've never seen?
Yeah. Can the parchment tell me what I want to know? It's like
no.
That's for us.
Yeah, that was like
it.
for the benefit of being able to ask the question to everyone at the table without actually saying anything out loud.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. So yeah. As Ian, as you show the picture of the back of the parchment with the magically imbued words on it to the rest of the group. Well, I don't know what they want to say to you. So
I'm just gonna look at him like questioningly, like, well, what do you think? Is
he looking at Bo?
I'm looking around the table. Yeah.
I'm like I say kind of quietly, I don't know. Like there's not very many people left in the bar.
I want to pick up the note and kind of hold my hands and read both sides and accidentally rip off a corner of the parchment.
Okay. You don't get any more information out of it than you already have, or okay. Unfortunately.
It's worth knowing that there's something happened to the dwarf, maybe.
Yeah, given recent events and him being missing, I thought this would be relevant to share.
Yes. I thought this was in relation to the red sashes leaving with the goblin following him. That's why I was so confused.
I mean, it was because I have no idea who they're affiliated with either. They could be behind it or something.
Earlier, we heard like a clamor of goblins from near the output, near that outcropping we were camped out at, right?
Yeah.
And Ian is quietly going to ask, "Well, do we want to rest up for the night, then go back and investigate tomorrow?" Because if they, we might be able to find out who this Clarg fella is. This King Clarg.
Gundren does owe me 40 gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I need that money.
I'm gonna go ask Tomlin what the Red Sashes asked of him before they left, because he probably still looks a little distraught up there.
As you get up and go back to Toblin, he looks at you and, well, what can I do for you?
Just checking on you. I noticed Harb and Wester passed out, and they approached you and had some words before they left, and it didn't seem good.
They asked an increase for the amount they want me to pay them, or else they're going to take Vanessa.
Just kidding. What? Like, take her?
He shakes his head. You got me, man. But I don't want anything to happen to my daughter.
Yeah, well, I think they're counting on that. They want you to pay.
Exactly. Which, I mean,
Can you afford to keep paying them? I don't know anything really about how well you do in the town.
business ain't bad, but I mean, it ain't good enough to keep paying them this much all the time.
Yeah, so you're basically not keeping afloat.
Yeah.
I mean, what? What would you want us to do? Like, what can we?
I'm not trying to get anyone to solve my problems for me, but shit, if Westa ain't doing nothing, then unfortunately, I think it's time for a little bit more drastic measures if possible. But I don't have I honestly can't say I have much to offer y'all and your group for dealing with them. So I can't be asking that kind of stuff.
I mean, Elmar said there was a lot of them. Do you know how large their group is?
I know a good plenty of them go to Sleeping Giant, but thing is they rotate, right? The thing is we don't know where they be, like where the base is. Or
They have a base outside of the Sleeping Giant.
Sleeping Giant is just where they like to go after hours. Is my guess.
So they don't actually control that. There's still an innkeeper over there. They just keep everyone else out.
That's my take on it. I know the innkeeper there has taken a liking to them, but they don't stay there.
All right. I don't like the situation you're in. I can't
Not
do
many
anything
of us
about it by myself. So
not many of us in Phandelver do, unfortunately.
I'm gonna go back. I'm just gonna shake my head and go back to the table and let them know what I just talked about. I mean, wow,
Okay.
poor guy.
Alrighty. You gotta let them know. I'm not.
I know. I understand. You're not a. Oh my gosh. Those three Red Sash guys, they literally told him he has to pay more. They're gonna take Vanessa. They're gonna take his daughter.
I raised my eyebrows at this. This is interesting information to me.
And he said that they're based somewhere outside of town. No one in town knows actually where their leader is. They mostly use the Sleeping Giant just when they're in town, and they rotate who's in town, and that was just 3 here. So he doesn't have an exact number.
We could burn the Sleeping Giant down while they're in it.
Well, that still has a innkeeper. Like, they don't. I was thinking the same thing.
He made his choice.
I'm sure they're paying him handsomely to let them do whatever they want.
They're just taking it.
That's not what the Toblin said, that he was enjoying their them at that inn. Like, they take care of him. Like, they're not freeloading as much. They're taking money from him. I think they're paying him to kind of use that as their in-town base.
is at this point, the doors to the inn open, and the goblin girl walks back in, goggles still on. But there's any one of you make a perception check. Bo and Rangak, you both see that there's actually a couple specks of blood on her goggles that wasn't there before. But what's more blatant is that her hands are wrapped in red cloth. Both hands are wrapped now in red cloth when she previously had gloves on, or tipless gloves on. And another red cloth is actually wrapped around her waist. And she crawls back underneath the table and sits back with her group.
She's under the table.
Yeah,
No, she crawls
so
under to get
she
back in
crawls
the
under so she can
Okay.
sit back in, because otherwise she's climbing over her compatriots. She's a small goblin, so she can move through
Right.
that. And the heavily cloaked figure just nods in the directions to the goblin, and she has a huge grin on her face, which shows her sharp toothy smile, and she takes her book back, which she left at the table, and opens it back up.
Can Bo still hear me through the connection or whatever?
No,
I can't hear you. I can only project.
He can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he can't hear at all.
You cannot talk to Bo telepathically. He can talk to you.
Yeah.
What do y'all want to do?
I don't know.
Set something on fire.
You can technically set the other end on fire. She just. Oh, well, actually, I didn't see anything. Like she just crawled back under the table and sat with her friends.
But she went out after the Red Sash folks did, right?
Yeah, she
Yep.
just gone to the bathroom or something outside.
Yeah, who knows? All I know is there's a couple things that I'm concerned about right now. I want my paycheck. And I am very interested in these Red Sash folks.
Well, what do you think's easier to take care of, a group of goblins or a group of humans?
Well, I think we'd have to do both, wouldn't we?
Well, I mean,
Eventually.
we do one first, and then the other.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I want my gold.
I'm the same. I want my money right now.
So I say we go.
I'm kind of ready to
I don't think the
go
Red
to bed
Sash
for the night.
problem's going anywhere, so you can always come back and deal with
got
it.
some injuries we need to heal up.
Yeah.
I concur.
So
Let's rest up for the night for right now. I don't know how everybody else feels.
Well, the only thing I know I can do is help give them the money to pay off the gang. So I'm gonna keep drinking.
Ian is gonna finish up what he has, and then he's gonna go get a room.
okay. You're
Two left.
yep. So Ian, as you go up, Hoblin gives you the same speech as everyone else, and he offers you a room at 5 silver.
Okay.
Now
Ian
there
will
are
go.
two. Now there are 2 rooms left, I believe. Nope.
Well, I was gonna take the double room, and then tell him that any one of the guys from my table can come join me in it.
Oh,
No
I'm-
homo.
I don't need a room. I'm gonna go outside and sleep outside.
Okay.
Can I get to the roof of this place?
Not by any means that you know of, because you don't own the building.
Question.
Answer.
Or maybe this is for the innkeeper.
Okay.
But the double room, is that still 5 silver?
No,
total,
that is.
or is that 10?
You don't
split?
know how much. You don't know how much it is.
Right? Can I ask the innkeeper?
As you go up to the innkeeper, how you doing, little master?
Is that a double room, 5 silver, or
Unfortunately, no. It's just a bit more expensive. It's going to be a 7.
okay?
Sorry about that, but it's just it
Is
has
that
more
for the room or per person?
for the room.
Okay. Has anybody claimed that room yet?
Well, Ian was going to go up there with it.
Yeah, I wasn't over here when you talked to him.
Oh,
Unfortunately, your compatriots got it. The the the
guy with
the
red
younger
hair.
the redhead one. The male redhead one.
Thank you. I'll go over and talk to Ian and see if he wants to split it.
Yeah. I told him that any one of those guys
Right.
could come join me. So yeah,
Sounds good. We'll split that then.
we'll split it 50-50.
So
Alright.
yeah, 350.
I'm still drinking.
Or
They were
are we
20.
gonna?
They were 20 copper drinks.
I'm going to
Yeah, they're
retire
20
to-
copper drinks.
Going to
I'll
retire.
probably
to
have
my
3
room.
more, and then I'll go to bed.
I'm gonna ask. Like, are we meeting just down here in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Get us some breakfast.
Get
Go
some
burn down some
breakfast
ends.
Burn down some. Okay. Well, I'm gonna head out and go outside and try to find me a place to sleep.
As you head on outside, the town center is quiet and calm. Right here is, as you look outside, I'm trying to find a place. There's a couple places that might be of convenience. There's a small shrine right here. That looks to be dedicated to some god or another that you don't immediately recognize. Not without further prodding. There's also a massive, just like a town green area where it just looks like a normal little small park area that would that could also be useful for a night out.
Well, you look around. Is there any trees or anything around?
Oh yeah, there's a couple trees right here, and down in this way. But if you're talking about over here, this is more of a dense forest area.
Nah, I'm just make my way to one of the trees in there and just kind of climb up
Which-
the tree and just kind of.
Which one? Which way? Okay. Yep. All right. All right. So that's where you take your night. And as the rest of you are heading upstairs, the last one of you notices that the other group, as starts getting up and moving, make perception checks. Alrighty.
Hey.
My first good roll all night.
Alice, Bo, and Selena. You get the first good glimpse of what might be under the hood, or the cloaks, and it is this maroon, like this maroon face, the bottom half of a maroon face, a deep red. You also see hands that are also, a deep maroon, and that is about it.
All right.
And
I look. My face kind of gives away that I sort of recognize the person.
okay. As you all retire for the night, sleeping, you all gain the benefits of a long rest. All hit points are healed, spell slots recovered, and so on and so forth. Now,
Yes.
it is 10 o'clock. Do you all want to continue, or do you want to call it a night? I have no problem continuing, if you're asking me, but if you all are tired and want to call it